Canada works best when one party doesn't have all the power.
During the lost Liberal decade,
Canadians will choose their government in a few weeks.
So Canada is in the middle of a federal election, and more than ever, parties are trying to get your vote by campaigning online.
I retie my turban at least once a day.
Mike Myers, what are you doing here?
Canada, let's bring it home!
So the digital campaign is going strong, but it's not without its challenges. Creating content can be costly, the rise of AI is making it harder to spot fake ads, and many platforms use algorithms which can steer users into echo chambers.
We have seen a greater splintering of more people who are likely to be Conservative voters being on X, and people who are perhaps likelier to be Liberal or NDP have moved on to something like Blue Sky.
So given the limits of online campaigning, what are candidates doing to connect with people in person? What are they hearing from people on the doorstep? And what might it take to win over voters when some leaders are calling this the most important election in decades?
Let's have the highest voter turnout in the history of Canada.
To find out how the ground campaign is going, we're off to speak with 3 candidates, starting with NDP MP Peter Julian, who is running for re-election in the renamed riding of New Westminster-Burnaby-Mayardville. He's out with a team of volunteers continuing the age-old, pre-Wi-Fi tradition of door-knocking. Using a virtual canvas sheet, Julian says he's determined to reach more people than in past campaigns.
What I'm finding is, particularly since COVID, we need to break down that isolation that exists, and the face-to-face conversations are vital for that. This year, we have knocked on more doors already than we normally do in the course of an entire campaign.
To find out what he's hearing, we followed Peter as he knocked on some doors.
Hello, how you doing?
I think I'm mostly thinking about affordability for everyone. If the milestones in their life it seems unreachable, then the drive in being successful, want to be accomplished, it will be even lower.
After leaving New Westminster, we took off to Vancouver's West End to meet another candidate, Liberal MP Hedy Fry, the longest-serving female MP in Canadian history. We've chosen to meet outside a Safeway on the busy intersection of Davie and Cardero.
It's a huge gay community, LGBTQ2SI community here. There are a lot of seniors here. So it's a very diverse riding.
How important is it to you to engage with voters face-to-face and have these kind of conversations?
Very important. For instance, I have about 900 seniors in my riding who do not have access to internet. So I see them, they come to buy their groceries, I can talk to them, we can chat. Door knocking in this riding is difficult. We have 44-story towers, and you cannot get into them, the new ones, unless you have a fob, and you've got to talk to the manager and the managers. So what you do is you go where the people are. Don't take anything for granted. Go and vote.
I'm a voter.
Yeah.
Hundreds of kilometers away from the densely packed Vancouver centre, another longtime MP is running in a very different region. Conservative Mel Arnold is seeking another term, this time in the riding of Kamloops-Shuswap Central Rockies. The region stretches from East Kamloops through Salmonarm and all the way to Golden. Arnold talked about his campaign to Daybreak Kamloops host Shelley Joyce.
So you're still doing that door knocking, are you?
Oh, absolutely. Every day, every night, just making sure we're hearing what the issues are in people's backyards.
How do you decide whose door you're going to knock on?
Well, we would knock on every door, every part of the riding. We're obviously not going to be able to get to the thousands and thousands of doors that are out there, but we get to as many as possible.
What are you hearing from people on the doorstep?
The common issues are affordability, the lack of housing, and the rising crime rates. It's happening in communities right across the riding.
So while the campaigns play out online, many of the key issues are being felt on the ground. Affordability, safety, foreign threats, and trust at home. But how that shapes the outcome of the election remains to be seen. Lawrence Watt, CBC News, Vancouver.